Chapter 8 Review of Literature Dr Sanjay Bedi Abstract Review of related literature plays a very important role for any research. Its role starts before even research is started and continues till your research gets published. Seed of any research begins with review of literature available in different databases. In this chapter, we are going to discuss regarding format in which literature is available, need of literature search, ways of doing literature search, use of information technology for literature search, different strategies to be used for literature search, its role in creating research proposal, different database available for literature search. Once research is complete, the next part is writing its result and discussion, where again literature review plays important role. Once the search done, we also need to learn how to write as per the need of article or thesis. Keywords, review, information retrieval, open Google Scholar, literature search. Assess need. What topic should be finalized for my research project? What topic should I give to my students for ICMR short-term studentship? What topic should I give to my PG students? Which area should I choose for my PhD? Which topic should be chosen so that publication will be considered in scholarly journal? These are some of the questions which come to the mind of a research scholar when he starts thinking towards doing research. Once topic is finalized, again questions come up like how much people know about this topic? What is already done in this area? Which method has been used by previous researcher and succeeded? What are the points which I should consider so that I will have minimum limitations? What should I avoid? What is knowledge gap in topic under consideration? Answer all these questions lies in the review of existing literature. Literature search will help us to ensure that work done by you is original and identifies a gap in the previous research. It will help in convincing the teacher that the student is choosing a particular topic after an effective literature review. It will help us to develop critical practices and to identify methodological approaches to be used in our own research. It gives us idea to generate appropriate theory to support your work and explain why the results are similar, different from other researchers. Even as you put the finishing touches to your thesis, you still need to be aware of any new research coming out in case it is raised during your thesis writing process. Specifically, the review helps the researcher to articulate clear goals, show evidence of adequate preparation, select appropriate methods, communicate relevant results, and engage in reflective critique. Similarly, if you are a postgraduate student or research scholar or applying for grant, review of literature is an important part of project report presentation. During presentation, publication of the research, literature search will help to finalize appropriate audience and journal for sending the research for publication. It helps to demonstrate that our contribution is new and unique. Once everything is finalized, you need to use appropriate method for managing references to cite them appropriately to give credit to original source. Brief, why literature search, type of literature source, how to do literature search for educational research, what are different databases available, tips for conducting review of literature, writing review of literature, CO and 3XTUALIZE. Let's start ... Take a pen and paper and write down title of your current project or projects you are intending to do in future. Now try to answer questions which are listed in previous section of the chapter. Take few minutes to do literature search as you have done till date, and then proceed further to the next section of chapter. For example, my research question is, does flipped classroom improve students' retention of knowledge? Describe. Before we go to details of literature search, let's briefly look at the type and level of evidence in literature available too. Figure 1. Different type and level of evidence in literature too. This will help us to decide what we want for our proposed project. Figure shows three types of research i.e. qualitative, quantitative, and mixed research. In all three, the first type of research is having highest evidence value I. In qualitative, multi-synthesis and multi-population studies have more evidence value than single case study. As per the level of evidence, we need to do the literature search in different databases. These databases can be in print or electronic form. Type I provide background, factual information. This type of information is available from textbooks, dictionaries, encyclopedias, resources like CIMS, websites which are hosting collection of such resources, free book for doctors, etc. Example of research question requiring type I database. Basic background information, what is flipped classroom. Type 2 current and past research. This information can be collected from printed or online journals. Thesis and dissertation, conference proceedings and abstracts, repositories and bibliographic database extracts, Ganga, Vidyanidhi, CTRI and WHO Clinical Registry can also provide us details of current and past research. Example of research question requiring type 2 database. What are the current tools which will help you to implement flipped classroom? Type 3 synthesis analysis of research. This database will give us articles with highest level of evidence. These databases are the Cochrane database of systematic reviews, their database of abstract of reviews of evidence, Dynam, PEME, etc. Example of research question requiring type 3 database. Use of flipped classroom B as traditional classroom in post-COVID era. So once you frame your research question, you will know from which type of database you will get your required information. You will either go to the departmental or college library or will use information technology to search online database with the help of different search engines like Google, Yahoo, MSN search, etc. Let's first see what are the steps involved in literature search. Figure 2, steps involved in literature search. Write hypothesis or research problem. Look at relevant sources type I, 2 or 3. Perform primary search from PubMed, Google Scholar. Formulate search terms to do focused literature search. Search the database using mesh term for relevant information. Collect it and arrange appropriately for future use. Write review of literature. Let's start with an example. My research question is, does flipped classroom improve students' retention of knowledge? Step 1. Search using human resources. Discuss your topic with your colleagues, your guide, expert in the respective field, and most importantly, medical librarian. This first step is very crucial as they may guide you further for next steps as well as expert. Medical librarian may be aware of current status of area under research and they may help you to connect with stalwarts of respective field or with investigators doing similar research. They are also cognizant of strengths and limitations of different databases and search strategy. Step 2, as per our habit, we will search in Google. It may sometimes give us more than 10 results and it will be difficult to go through these references and go through specific literature. How to get desired results in Google? 1. Use explicit phrase, e.g., does flipped classroom improve students' retention of knowledge? 2. Google has one specific section for scientific articles which is known as Google Scholar. Try it. It reduces the result to 10% of simple Google search. 3. Use filter in Google Scholar. We can filter search by adoration. Let's start with an example. My research question is, does flipped classroom improve students' retention of knowledge? Step 1. Search using human resources. Discuss your topic with your colleagues, your guide, expert in the respective field, and most importantly, medical librarian. This first step is very crucial as they may guide you further for next steps as well as expert. Medical librarian may be aware of current status of area under research and they may help you to connect with stalwarts of respective field or with investigators doing similar research. They are also cognizant of strengths and limitations of different databases and search strategy. Step 2, as per our habit, we will search in Google. It may sometimes give us more than 10 results and it will be difficult to go through these references and go through specific literature. How to get desired results in Google. 1. Use explicit phrase, e.g., does flipped classroom improve students' retention of knowledge? 2. Google has one specific section for scientific articles which is known as Google Scholar. Try it. It reduces the result to 10% of simple Google search. 3. Use filter in Google Scholar. We can filter search by adoration, B. relevance, C. including or excluding citations and patents. Once you search, you can also create alerts so that if new article gets included in Google Scholar, details will be sent to your mail. Google also has one more feature which help us to search based on image, which will help us not only in research but also in rare case reports. Specific search, as we all know, Google is a general search engine. When we want to use specifically for educational research, we should focus on specific database. Box 1 below gives list of specific databases. Box 1, list of educational databases. EBSCO, Academic Search Ultimate, British Education Index, Educational Administration Abstracts, Education Abstracts, Education Full Text, ERIC, Education Research Complete, Education Database, Education in Video, Scopus, Web of Science, JSTOR, the Best Evidence Medical Education, the Cochrane Library, William B. Ashley, PubMed Central, PubMed, Google Scholar. Academic Search Ultimate. Academic Search Ultimate includes rigorous creation of open access journals, which has resulted in a growing collection of 4,734 global OA journals. Once validated and certified for inclusion, these OA journals are treated with high quality subject indexing and sophisticated, precise, accurate full text linking. British Education Index covers all aspects of educational policy and administration, evaluation and assessment, technology, and special educational needs. Indexing British education journals, the series and more. This resource is searchable by educational level and age group. Educational Administration Abstracts is a database providing bibliographic records covering all areas of educational administration, including educational leadership, educational management, and educational research. Education Abstracts is an education research database providing high-quality indexing and abstracts for hundreds of journals. Coverage spans all levels of education and includes adult education, multicultural education, and teaching methods. Education Full Text is a research database for students, professionals, and policy makers. It includes full text education journals that cover the essentials of education and related fields of study, including in-depth coverage of special education. ERIC is sponsored by the Institute of Education Sciences. Included is educational research literature from journal articles, conference papers, reports, theses, book chapters, and class programs. Education Research Complete. Education Research Complete includes rigorous curation of open access journals, which has resulted in a growing collection of 303 global OA journals. Once validated and certified for inclusion, these OA journals are treated with high quality subject indexing and sophisticated, precise, accurate full text linking. Education Database. This easy to navigate educational database covers primary, secondary, and higher education. It also covers special and adult education. It includes more than 1,000 top educational publications. About 75% of the publications covered are scholarly journals. Education in video. This is one of the first online collections of streaming videos developed for training and developing teachers. Find videos with teaching demonstrations, lectures, documentaries, and primary source footage of students and teachers in classroom environments. Scopus, it is one of the two big commercial bibliographic databases that cover scholarly literature from almost any discipline. Besides providing research articles, Scopus also offers academic journal rankings, author profiles, and an H-index calculator. Web of Science, it is also known as Web of Knowledge, is the second big bibliographic database. Usually, academic institutions provide either access to Web of Science or Scopus on their campus network for free. JSTOR provides full-text access to the archives of core scholarly journals in the arts, humanities, social sciences, and sciences. Also include full-text e-books and open-access research articles. Best Evidence Medical Education. This collaboration is an international group of individuals, universities, and professional organizations committed to the development of evidence-informed education in the medical and health professions. Cochrane Library, it is best known for its systematic reviews. There are 53 review groups around the world that ensure that the published reviews are of high quality and evidence-based. Articles are updated over time to reflect new research. EMBASE, it is a proprietary research database that also includes in its corpus PubMed. It can also be accessed by other database providers such as Ovid. PubMed Central is the free full-text, open-access branch of PubMed. Full text for all indexed papers is readily available at PMC to read and download. You might also want to check out its sister site here, PMC. PubMed, it is the #1 resource for anyone looking for literature in medicine or biological sciences. PubMed stores abstracts and bibliographic details of more than 30 million papers and provides full-text links to the publisher sites or links to the free PDF on PubMed Central. Google Scholar. Google Scholar provides a simple way to broadly search for scholarly literature. From one place, you can search across many disciplines and sources, articles, theses, books, abstracts, and quote opinions from academic publishers, professional societies, online repositories, universities, and other websites. Google Scholar helps you find relevant work across the world of scholarly research. Out of all of the above databases, most commonly used databases are PubMed and ERIC database. Below are few tips which you can use when doing literature search. 1. Avoid using stop words. Use field search. Three, let's see how to use Boolean operators, connector mean, and or and not. Always use in uppercase, where it narrows or broadens, not excludes the search terms. Using the Boolean operator and between search terms returns only records that contain all of the search terms. Figure 3, flipped classroom and student retention. Using the Boolean operator or between search terms returns all records that contain all of the search terms. Figure 4, flipped classroom or student retention. Using the Boolean operator not between such terms returns only records that contain the first such term and not the second. Figure 5. Flipped classroom not student retention. As seen in Google, in PubMed also there are multiple filters like text availability, article attribute, article type, publication date, age, species, language, sex, subject, journal category. Detailed explanation regarding how to use these filters are available on https://pubmed.ncbi.nlm.me.gov/help/. 4. Use mesh charm. One more method of refining search is use of mesh charms. Mesh search topic is converted to mesh. This method is useful in a way that will give us all related terms which are used throughout world for particular subject, intervention, disease. 5. Filter, refine your search using filters age group, language, text availability, no, of years, etc. Once you finish your search, you can save citations temporarily using the clipboard, save citations indefinitely using my NCBI corrections, save citations as a text file, and also create alert to remain updated for future editions of new articles. There are more advanced options available for PubMed search along with downloadable search strategies, which is used during writing articles for meta-analysis as well as systemic review. Details regarding this can be found in further reading section. In today's era of technology, multiple mobile apps are also available for literature search like PubMed Mobile, PLOS1, PubGet, PubMed, etc. Next step. Once you finish review of related literature, you can classify it into 3 broad categories which will help you in writing law as well as support you in explaining your results. A literature having consensus and near consensus. B. Literature with disagreement or debate. C. Helped us to find gap analysis. Last category will help you to finalize your research question. Writing review of literature. Once we get answer to your question under research, we will go for presentation. Publication or thesis submission in case of research scholar perusing master's or PhD during presentation or publication, we need to mention review of related literature as per the guidelines of university or journal. Broadly, it can be divided into introduction, body, and conclusion. There are 2 ways we can write review of literature. 1. Concept-centric, where concepts are discussed in chronological order, and 2. Author-centric, where research of the authors is discussed in chronological order. You can decide the way in which you would like to describe, based on your research question with goal to satisfy scholars regarding accumulated evidence on the topic. You need to focus on tone and tense of your presentation when writing review of literature as it will inform readers regarding value and context of their view. You should also mention what you should know over and above what is already known to give a direction for future researcher. There are 2 places where we need to write review of literature with difference I: systemic review and meta-analysis. When we write meta-analysis, we need to average the results of the selected studies to get an overall index of the outcome or relationship. Commonly, one gets confused between systemic review and review of literature, so let's see the difference first before knowing how to write review of literature. Table 1. Difference between systemic and literature review. Definition: systematic review. High-level overview of primary research on a focused question that identifies, selects, synthesizes, and appraises all high-quality research evidence relevant to that question. Literature review qualitatively summarizes evidence on a topic using informal or subjective methods to collect and interpret studies. Goals: answers a focused clinical question, eliminate bias. Provide summary or overview of topic. Question: clearly defined and answerable clinical question. Recommend using PICO as a guide. Can be a general topic or a specific question. Components: pre-specified eligibility criteria, systematic search strategy, assessment of the validity of findings, interpretation and presentation of results, reference list, introduction, methods, discussion, conclusion, reference list, number of authors, 3 or more, 1 or more, timeline, months to years, average 18 months, weeks to months, requirement, thorough knowledge of topic, perform searches of all relevant databases, statistical analysis resources, understanding of topic, perform searches of one or more databases, value connects practicing clinicians to high quality evidence, supports evidence-based practice, provides summary of literature on the topic. Summarize. Literature search is an integral part of any research project. Keep in mind following principles during literature search. 1. Word search contains your search terms anywhere. 2. Field search contains your search terms in fields you select. 3. Combining terms using Boolean operators I, and, or, no. 4. Mesh search contains your search terms in list of mesh terms. 5. Use appropriate database to search. 6. Write literature search as per the need and context of question under research. Evaluate. Now, as you have gone through the chapter, please do following exercise with research question. Does flipped classroom improve students' retention of knowledge? 1. Search in Google, you received results. 2. Search in Google with question, you received results. 3. Search in Google Scholar, you received results. 4. Search in PubMed, ERIC database without filter, you received results. 5. Search in PubMed, ERIC database with different filters, you received results. 6. Write your role as you will write the research paper for the question under study.